Hey guys, Hosen here. I just wanted to go over the ending to the first mission because at the end of the last video, kind of cut off, and so I ended up having to leave. And I played his character for a little bit, I guess. And we kind of finished it out, and I didn't really record it. Went kind of slow, whatnot. But I'll go over real quick, kind of what happened. Basically, what happened after that fight. I really didn't have any more fights really planned out for that particular mission. With Vex being dead, the whole organization was kind of screwed over. So on Vex, he had a memory coil. Castless proceeded to take it and then scan through it and found out where he had put the gene seeds, and they went there, basically stormed in, and with very little resistance left, recovered the gene seeds and left the planet Rees. So that's kind of the ending. Again, there's no really more battles and stuff to it, but yeah. Today is Saturday, so tomorrow Sunday we'll be playing another session, and we'll be starting on our next mission. So I guess I could take the time to kind of talk about that a little bit. So if you're a player, well, if you're a player, you shouldn't be watching these anyways, but you know, I'll find you. But anyways, so I'll talk about it a little bit. I'm gonna leave out a lot of spoilers, I guess, really, but I'll kind of give you the overview of what I have planned. So the next mission is going to be on a feral world for the most part. There are clearings in the feral world, but there's clearings, but they're pretty much they're like settled, I guess, kind of like by the IG. So like it's basically a new world, and the IG are there, and they are trying to take it for the Imperium of Man, basically. They have landed on it a few months ago, and have established themselves a nice little base. Though, as time goes on, with them, they started to encounter threats, Xenos threats. The first thing they encountered were Tyranids. So they waged a small war against the Tyranids on that planet and are still doing it. The other problem with this, the location of this planet, is that it is also on border with the Tau and their area of influence in the Jericho Reach. So the Tau make their presence known as well. So not only are they fighting against the Tyranids, but they are also fighting against Tau. Whether or not, I haven't really decided like if I'm going to start the Tau threat off like right away when they get there, or if it's going to be a build up. So I haven't necessarily decided yet if I'm going to actually have the conflict between the IG and the Tau going on before this or not. But the Tau are present. The units I'll be deploying basically for this one as a GM, I'll be using Tau, I'll be using their crew, and I'll be using Tyranids. I may also use there's like some other like wild animal Xenos monsters. I might use those too, I'm not too sure though. But so I have three main sets I'll be using, which will be the Tau and the crew and the Tyranids. Though I might have a little bit more, so I'll keep talking. But so those are going to be the three major powers that struggle here. There's the Tyranids, the Tau, and the IG. So one might think like, okay, well, Xenos and Deathwatch, right? Okay, so their mission is going to be what? Go in and wipe out all the Tyranids and wipe out all the Tau and then go home? Well, no. It's a little bit more complex than that. In fact, destroying the Tyranids or destroying the Tau would actually be a secondary for them in this case. Their primary objective, or what's really going on, is that the Watch Captain Raffin has received reports and scans from other Deathwatch, not like teams and stuff, but you know, nearby fortresses that have scanned the world, and have realized that this is not, in fact, a new world. This is, in fact, a lost one. because on it they found an old chapter house. Which chapter? They don't know, but they know there's one there. And even more disturbing is that they're getting energy senses from something inside of it, some long lost ancient relic. So the kill team's main objective in this coming mission will be to recover this long lost ancient relic and see what it is. And for what it really is, I'm not going to tell you guys in this video. You will have to watch the videos of the actual gameplay. But that is what I have planned so far. That is the skeleton. That is the basics. Well, I have like all of it done. I have most of it done. I have all the, you know, core stuff done. Depending on what path they decide to take or whatnot, could come into, you know, you can never really predict that. You just have to kind of go with it as a DM. But anyways, that's the setup for their next mission. So their primary is gonna be to recover the artifact if they can, or find out what it is, you know. And I will have secondaries to destroy. I believe what I will actually be deploying is, I don't know actually if I'm going to be using a Hive Tyrant for the Tyranids. I know I will be using, I think they're called Lictors. Let me check real quick. Pausing. Okay, Lictors, yeah. I have a few of them planned out. Hopefully they'll put them in somewhere. What else do I have that I'm going to be using on the Tyranids? I think Lictors, I think what you can expect from me deploying is Lictors, Ravagers, and Hormagaunt and Termagaunt hordes. I think is mainly what I'm going to be using with them in this campaign. I might not. What I'm debating about putting in is possibly you have Hive Tyrants, which are really strong. They're like 120 wounds, I think, something like that on them. A lot of hits, a lot of damage. What I might do is instead of putting one of them, I might put a Tyranid Warrior Prime, which they're kind of like an in between of a Hive Tyrant and a Tyranid Warrior, it seems, at least. Just glancing over it anyways. So I do have that planned. Where's my Shingy? Oh. Can't see things. Did I actually record it? Sorry, I'm like fascinated to see if this is actually even picked up. I don't know. I can't see one. So that's all I have for the Tyranids. For the Tau, what I plan on using are basic Pathfinders, Fire Warriors, and I have a special guy I made who's a model off of, well, another guy that they give you out of the book. But the guy they give me out of the book is a guy called, I think he's a, let me see if this is his thingy. Should probably pause this while I'm looking for this, but whatever. Oh, okay. So Commander Flamewing is this dude they have in the book for the Tau commanders. I'm going to be switching his name out, and I have plans actually for Flamewing in future campaigns, but he's gonna there's gonna be another commander that's actually gonna be like, he's gonna be like a dude who kind of serves under him, and Flamewing has sent him here. But the guy I'm going to be sending against them, the main commander of the Tau forces on this planet, is going to be basically a commander just goes by the name of the Phoenix. I'm giving him that name because of his past in battles. He has a knack of getting himself out of death, basically. So we're like,
say you're gonna go sleep for a bit or something?
Wait, 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. My friend wanted to yell at me real quick about something. But yeah, so I'll be deploying I'll be deploying a guy named the Phoenix. He has an knack of getting himself basically out of death. He will fight to the bitter end, though. And he usually has a get out of jail free card somewhere up his sleeve. So it'll be interesting to see if he dies or whatnot in this campaign. But that's what I have for the Tau. For the crew, so for the Tau forces, I'll primarily be using them as single units. So Tau weaponry hurts when you get hit by it quite a bit. So I don't really want to hoard them. And it doesn't, you don't, I mean, you could hoard like Fire Warriors, but it's just, you don't really see that, I guess, in, well, not, I was like, you don't see that in real life, but you don't really see, like, that's not really how they fight. They're more spread out. They use ambushes, stuff like that. So they're more specialized fighters, kind of like Space Marines a little bit, but not really. But their weapons do hurt, so if I hoard them, they will massacre the kill team, unless they get blinded or something else like that happens to them, which could happen. But I'll be most if not all the Tau units. The Fire Warriors, the Pathfinders, I might use some drones, and the Commander, of course, will all be single units on the board. For the crew is where I'm actually going to be drawing the hordes from for them. What specific crew I want to use yet, I'm not too sure. They have some that interest me. Like they have really good horde characters because their guys are pretty weak. Like the crew carnivores, which only have 12 wounds, and they do like nothing for damage. They have a rifle that does a D10 plus 5 with like no pen. Oh, pen 1, I think. So I'll probably hoard them out a lot. I mean, probably go so high as maybe 50, 60 magnitude hordes with them. Multiple groups of it. The other thing I like to use, I just looking at it and stuff, is I'd like to put in this guy as kind of a commander for the crew, I guess, like a sub leader. He'd be under the Phoenix, Phoenix, and it's the crew talks unit, which is basically a crew guy riding another fucking crew, because crews are fucking weird like that, and they evolve into like everything. But it's a pretty interesting unit because he's basically like a vehicle, but he's not, which is kind of weird. He like, you can shoot him, or you can shoot the dude he's riding, and both of them kind of act as separate units, but they always are on the same square, kind of, which is a little bit weird. But he seems kind of interesting. He's pretty tough, 80 wound character. So, take a few shots at least to bring him down. But yeah, that's kind of what I have planned. I do have a lot of I do have some other things planned for this mission, but I don't really want to reveal that too much. I'll probably use Crew Hounds as well too. Pack them up. What are they at? D10 plus 8 with 0 penetration, 18 wounds on them. A lot of pretty good movement on them, so yeah, I'd probably pack them. Oh. Maybe I'll have the Crew Hounds roll around with the Pathfinders or something. Be interesting. But anyways, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this here. So I'm sorry I don't really have like the ending to the first mission for you. Kind of just got to settle with it. Again, I didn't really like how that mission turned out too well. Trying to deploy heretics without there really being much stats for them kind of sucks. But the Tau should be more interesting. They're a lot more fleshed out in the book. And likewise with the Tyranids, it should be more interesting because they are, again, more fleshed out in the book. The most interesting thing I think that will happen in this campaign, that's not like, a part of the story, is how the players will react to the damage that the Tau will actually use against them. Because this is a really gloves are coming off kind of campaign. This is what I'm hoping will turn out to what people should expect really for a Deathwatch campaign. The last one was a little bit more easier for players to get to know their characters. Unfortunately, we had some people miss out. so they kind of wasted the opportunity on that. But you know, not giving them another chance. Gotta play the game. So, but this campaign should be pretty hectic. I don't know how long it will be. It might turn out to be very short, or could go on for a while, really, depending on what choices they make. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in those videos and see your opinions and stuff on them and whatnot. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, I guess, about this stuff, or if you really want to know like what's going on or something, maybe send me a PM or something, and I'll maybe give you some hints or whatnot. I don't know. We'll see about that. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.